On our Spotlight segment today is television presenter turned film producer and actress Stephanie Coker. We caught up with her behind the scenes of her debut film as a producer, following her documentary film, Where the Heck Is My Period. She talks about her reasons for breaking into the film industry and confirms whether or not she will continue to wear the hat of a media girl.
Put it to that hand.
So got it.
Yeah, pass. Are you filming?
I'm not.
All right.
Yeah.
You can go for it.
Okay.
Thank you, Uncle Jay.
Hi Stephanie, I couldn't help but notice your shirt as soon as you stepped in. It has producer, actor and story creator in it. So it leads me to my first question. You are producing and acting on your first project. How does that feel?
I'm very chaotic, but I'm also the story creator as well. So it's my idea. It's like my baby that I thought of, and from inception, I was like, I really want to play this character. So it's chaotic, but I think it's going to be be worth it. I haven't produced a short film before or a film, just a documentary, and it's been so different. Like they're like two different worlds.
I saw your documentary, Where the Heck Is My Period, loved it, and I asked for the synopsis for this short film before we actually got here, and I noticed that there's like the silent theme of mental health and battles that women go through in marriage and mentally. So I can notice that there is a similarity when it comes to theme between Where the Heck Is My Period and this film, Femi. So is this a continuation of that documentary, or is this a totally different story?
Absolutely. Yeah, there is, because of what you said about, mental health and women, and I would just give a little sneak peek, a little bit about fertility. But I'm sure the audience they're going to be very shocked because it's not exactly what they're thinking. But there's definitely a connection because I felt like, this is an opportunity to be able to tell this story, with a hint of what I've done in the documentary, but with a really big twist. So yeah, that you could say it's heavily inspired.
So why did you decide that you wanted to actually tell this story? What inspired it?
I decided I wanted to tell this story because I wanted, first of all, to create a character that wasn't something you usually see in Nollywood or Nigerian film. I wanted someone who was just different. I don't think this character has been portrayed a lot in this side of the world, this type of character. I mean, it's a psycho thriller. We don't have many psycho thrillers in Nigeria. That's number one. Number two, I wanted something where the woman would be number one lead, but carry the audience along and just have that whole like, oh, okay, yeah, we get the film, but it's like, you actually don't. You think you get it, but you don't. And the topic, I think, is a very important topic. I think we need to discuss women's health and mental health and its link to fertility and also the role men play in that as well. So that's why I thought, okay, this is going to be a really strange, twisted way to tell this, to talk about these topics.
So why did you decide to get into filmmaking?
I decided to get into filmmaking because I've always loved storytelling. I think most creatives that are in front of the camera anyways do love storytelling. And I remember even in primary school, I won the competition for like best storyteller. And I think that we're at a time where there's so many opportunities and people are really looking at us to hear our stories. And I think I've done a lot in the industry when it comes to being on screen, acting, definitely hosting and presenting. So I thought, I think I'm ready to go to the next level. And by virtue, I've had to produce anyway, because as a presenter, you have to produce your own content. So I felt like, okay, I understand what it is to produce, but going on the course with Film Lab and the British Council really showed me that, there's a lot to producing. Like, from legal to dealing with talent contracts, funding, raising funds, marketing. So I just really want to thank the British Council and Film Lab Africa for that, because that really gave me the confidence to really say that, okay, you know what? People know me as a TV host. And I think once people know you as something, it's very difficult. You feel like, oh, you know what? I can't really merge into something else because that's not my area of expertise. But this has really helped me and said, okay, you know what? You want to produce, you can do this. You've got this, you know? So that's really why I wanted to get into producing. And now I've been given the confidence to do that.
Let's go back to the beginning. Let's talk about how we got here. So how did you get to hear about the British Council's initiative?
That's a great question. So when I decided that, okay, I really want to take producing seriously, I went to MIPCOM, which is in Cannes, and it's for people in the television entertainment space that are behind the camera, so producers, buyers. And I met someone there, and she told me about another film festival, about an actual summit in Lagos. So I went to that, and then we ended up having this session where we were watching things, and British Council were there, and they were talking about this cohort that they're going to be having, and people can apply. And I was like, okay, I kind of had like imposter syndrome and also like maybe celebrity syndrome, because first of all, I was like, oh, should I really be applying for this? Like, everybody knows me as a TV host. And then I felt like, will they actually select me? Because maybe they'll be like, this girl's a celebrity. She can't, no. Then I actually went online, I applied, and it was a really rigorous process. Like, you had to send in a whole pitch for an idea that you wanted to produce. You had to tell them what you had done in the past, things about yourself in terms of producing. So I did that, and luckily enough, I got selected.
So this is my last question before I let you go on set and be the producer that you are right now. Are you transitioning from TV to filmmaking?
I would say I'm transitioning, but I still will be hosting, especially if I really believe in the project. I love presenting. I feel like I could do it in my sleep. I feel like this is the gift that God gave me when it comes to presenting. But I really do love producing, and I think I could make a lot more of an impact by storytelling on films and TV series. But I will still be presenting from time to time. It means it's a special project if you see me presenting.